We are reading about one verse out of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the first verse. Do you know this verse? Who knows this verse by heart? First verse of the Bhagavatam. Who knows it by heart? Tem que ir no mesmo lugar. Aqui? Ele tem que só daqui, então não tem como. Essa câmera feio pequeno. Não dá pra ver. É verdade? Não, se eu ficar aqui eu não consigo ver o dedo dele no vídeo.
E que se pôr ele na frente a gente não vê o dele também.
Então não sei o que fazer. Podia ter um tripé maior dele, senão a bala não problema. Eu não botei bem, tá enquadrado, é. There's the explanation of this verse according to rasa, according to tattva. To know the meanings of the scriptures, two siddhantas are important. One, tattva-siddhanta, and another, rasa-siddhanta. Actually, the rasa-siddhanta depends on the basis of tattva-siddhanta. Just like, imagine one great building, very tall building. To build a very tall building, you need a very good foundation. Strong foundation and bases. If the base is not good, foundation, and you build a very big building, if there is a small earthquake or some strong wind, then the building might fall down. So Srila Jiva Goswami in the Sandarbha explains the more the person enters the tattva-siddhanta, the more the person enters tattva-siddhanta, the more the person will become very expert and ripen in mature in rasa-siddhanta. That's why don't be lazy to enter the tattva-siddhanta. Generally, people don't want to enter tattva-siddhanta. Like sheep, right? The animal, sheep. Like the herd of sheep, they're following each other without understanding where they're going. They're just following each other. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Pakina Pradesh, he told one story. One person Upakana Pradesh, one shepherd had like many sheep in his herd. The sheep, bam, bam. And so there was a small river that he had to cross with his herd. Huh? Listen to Harikatha seriously. Listen to the Harikatha seriously, like being serious. You should hear the Harikatha. Don't laugh. Otherwise the bhava will go and I'm not giving value. So there was a river in the middle. He had to cross the river. Not to know how to cross the herd. And then the saint told him, look, do one thing. Catch one sheep and just throw it in the river. Then you will see that all the other sheep will just follow behind. So he took one of the sheep, and threw it in the river. That sheep a little bit swims and crossed to the other side. Then following that sheep, all the other sheep also did same and crossed the river. So in this way, we should not be like blind sheep following each other. No, you have to understand the siddhanta. And you shouldn't be lazy to enter the tattva-siddhanta. Because if you do enter the tattva-siddhanta, your mind will be fixed in Krishna. You should enter the siddhanta. The more you enter the tattva-siddhanta, the more you will enter the realm of bhakti, and the more you will be able to become mature in the rasa. And that's why Jiva Goswami says the two banks of the rivers, they're flowing, they're going at the same time with the river. Isn't it? So in the same way, tattva-siddhanta and rasa-siddhanta. Normal people, they don't want to enter tattva-siddhanta. They want to continue as they are. That's why people become sahajiya sakhi babies, al bal karta bhaja, this kind of apa-sampradayas. Jata Gosai. So there are 13 kinds of apa-sampradayas. Sorry, al bal comes from where? People who are actually not following tattva-siddhanta, not learning. They don't have anything to do, they're not involved in tattva-siddhanta. So we must enter in the tattva-siddhanta. Today so many mosquitoes are there. Janmady yatah. All the universe manifests from him. Has to put in the clothes. This sloka explains that whatever we see in this material world, everything is manifested from Bhagavan. And everything is protected by Bhagavan. And everything is destroyed by Bhagavan. Whatever we see, everything is coming from where? From Bhagavan. Whatever is being nourished in this world, kept, is also because of Bhagavan. And everything is desired by the desire, destroyed by the desire of Bhagavan. By his desire, everything is going on. Broadcast and see if this one is good. Like this song explains, Tumi Sarveshwarishwara Brajendra Kumar. The Supreme Lord is Brajendra Nandana Shri Krishna, and by his desire, living entities are taking birth and dying. And living entities. You hear it? So, directly or indirectly, Bhagavan is performing everything. He knows everything. Whatever you see, conscious and unconscious. There are 5 tattvas that our Baladeva Vidabhushanam Prabhu has taught. Ishvara, Jiv, Prakriti, Kal and Karma. What did I say? Ishvara, Jiv, Prakriti, Kal and Karma. Ishvara is the supreme controller. Jiv is the potency of Bhagavan, Prakriti, the nature that we see. Prakriti also means nature, another meaning of Prakriti. Prakriti also means nature, like environment, nature, and nature also Swabhav, means the features of someone. Kal means the time. Kal means time. The Jivas, they are enjoying and suffering the fruits of their own karma, according to which kind of seed you have sowed, that fruit will come. For example, you sowed a thorny tree seed, babul. Babul means one kind of plant full of thorns. So you have sowed the seed of the babul tree, but you want to relish the mango fruit. Won't be possible. according to the kind of a seed that you sowed, that only shall you reap. So, depending on what you did, that fruit will come. So everyone is tasting the fruits of their own actions, karma. But we are blaming each other's. Understand? That's why the astikabad and nastikabad means atheism and atheism. Theism and atheism. Astik means those who believe in God, and Nastik, those who don't believe in God. Understand? In the Gita, Bhagavan says, "Hey Arjuna, the speed of the karma or the roots of the karma is very deep. Like, for example, which karma is coming to you right now? Who can say, like, where this is coming from? Like, the origin of the action that gave the result that you are facing now." Interesting, because the scientists are saying that for every action there is an opposite reaction in the same intensity. Like, you cannot run, you cannot skip. You took 1 cent, put in your pocket, nobody saw. But somehow or another, you'll have to give back that money. Understand? You know, the mercury, that substance, the mercury, chemical substance, if it comes inside your body, it won't be absorbed by your body or like digested, processed. It will have to come out from your body, like in the whole particle as it came. But this is coming from birth after birth. And these results are coming from many lives, and you don't even know from where it's coming. So you should be careful. Saudan? Saudan, careful. Careful with what? With what? Because what will happen? Saudan, how many sunan lekin kisi se? Saudan. The Supreme Lord. He is the creator of the world, Jagat Srishti. He does everything directly and sometimes indirectly. Swayam Bhagavan Brihad-chetana Shyamasundaa-Krsna, he's not doing actually himself. Actually, his avatars are doing. Lord is present in Goloka Vrindavana with 2 arms playing the flute in his original form. What is the duty of Brajendranandana and Shyamasundaa? His duty is only one: to relish Ananda Ras and to make his devotees also relish the same Ananda. Yesterday I told Krishna is always enjoying amorous pastimes with his associates in Nitya Goloka Vrindavana. And he's performing everything through his incarnations, by his desire, by his blink of his eyes. Everything is performed just by his blinking. Only his desire is enough to make everything take place. And when he desires, immediately, Icha Shakti, the potency, performs everything for him. performs everything for him. Only his desire, and that's it. Only he needs to desire. That's why Upanishad explains. Ekoham, Lord says, I was one, I am one, but Bahushyami, I manifested many forms. I'm one, but I had desire in my mind to manifest many things. So when I had desire, immediately Icha Shakti performs everything. You also have Icha Shakti or not? Sorry, the conscious beings, they have three things, three features: feeling, willing, and knowing. And that matter doesn't have these things. Anubhav means feeling, Icha means desire, willing, and Jnana means knowing. Imagine a creeper. If you put a creeper here, the creeper will grow trying to go towards the light of the sunlight. If in the dark room you keep a creeper there, but in that dark room there is a small place, like a small hole from where the sun rays come inside. So the creeper will start automatically grow towards that hole. You know the sunflower, is from east to west. The sun is moving, and the sunflower also follows the movement of the sun. Have you seen a sunflower? Because the plants have Chetan Dharma, they are conscious beings, so they have feeling, willing, and knowing. So two kinds of Chetan, conscious beings. Brihad-chetana, great conscious being. Anu-chetana, minute conscious being. Brihad-chetana is Swayam Bhagavan. Anu-chetana is a part and parcel of this Brihad-chetana Bhagavan. Just like the sun and the rays of the sun. The dharma of the sun means the same nature which is in the sun is also in the rays of the sun, but in a very minute proportion. Just like the fire and the spark of the fire. So Brihad Agni, the great fire, and this spark of the fire, the dharma, the nature of the fire is same, both in the big fire or in the spark. Just the difference is the proportion or the size. One is the big fire, Brihad Agni, and small. Both are the same nature. You know, the spark of the fire cannot burn because it's very small. Cannot burn. It cannot burn. But if you put it near an inflammable substance, like for example petrol, it will generate a big explosion and fire. So in the same way, Bhagavan has unlimited potencies. So we're talking about the Icha Shakti, desire potency. The Jivas also have this. Conscious beings also have Icha Shakti. For example, you can sit here, or you could be walking around. You can hear Harikatha or not. You're independent. Jai. Bhagavan is only one. Independent, the Supreme Lord, Sikshamaya Purush. He desires, which desire? He wants to manifest many forms. So he desired this, and immediately his Icha Shakti itself performed everything. Especially Swarupa Shakti, Swarupini Srimati Radhika. How? The Shakti of Bhagavan sometimes is manifested Murta, sometimes unmanifested Amurta. So visible and invisible, manifest or unmanifest. Murta means when it's manifesting. Murta. And when it's inside and it's not manifesting, it's amurta. The potency is always present inside the possessor of the potency. That's why it's said that Radha is the Purna Shakti and Krishna is the Purna Shaktiman. There's no difference between them. This is the evidence of the scriptures. Srimati Radhika is the Purna Shakti, complete potency, and Krishna is the Purna Shaktiman, complete possessor of the potency. You know Shaktiman? A person who has unlimited potencies is Shaktiman. For example, if you say Dhanavan, a person who has money, rich. Gunavan, a person who has a lot of qualities. Rupavan, a person who is beautiful. We use the word ban in the end. Ban means that person has this quality. Tattva-vichar. For Bhagavan, no need to use this kind of words. For example, Bhagavan is not beautiful. Bhagavan is the beauty itself. Because his form is unparalleled. There's no form as like him. Nothing can be compared to his form. So he's the beauty itself, he's the form itself. Just like there's no difference between Nam and Nami, holy names and Lord. So this achinta beda beda tattva, this inconceivable non-difference and difference at the same time. So arupa bhat, there's no form equal to Lord. If you give an example, we give you examples to compare the beauty and things like that. But whichever examples we use from this material world, they are not perfect. How are the eyes of Bhagavan? Like the lotus. Are his eyes really like the lotus? No. Because in this world we are looking at the lotus. After one day, all the petals, they fall. Just to try to make us understand somehow, these examples of this world are given. And that's why in the Madhurya book, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti describes the Sadhaka, when he reaches the stage of bhava, and then finally he sees Bhagavan directly. The devotee, feeling so humble, he says, Prabhu, I'm an offender. Because your beautiful form is so high and I've compared your beauty with insignificant things. Just like, for example, the big Himalayan mountain. And imagine to compare the big Himalayan mountain, comparing a big Himalayan mountain to a grain of chickpea. You know, chickpea grain. One chickpea. So Lord is so much more than any example we give to try to explain his beauty. You cannot compare actually. Because everything in this world is changeable. Everything is always transforming. everything is changeable. Automatically everything is transforming, but the Lord is abhikari, He never transforms. Nitya Navayaman, ever fresh, new, newly formed. Everything, creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universes happen by His desire. Directly and indirectly, He is performing everything. Like I told, God had a desire, Ekwaham, I am one. I want to manifest many forms. Then immediately Icha Shakti arranged. Srimati Radhika manifested from the body of Krishna, from Krishna's body. Then Srimati Radhika, she considered, even though I am able to fulfill all desires of Krishna, but without many consorts, the rasa will not be so delightful or so nice. Happiness takes place when there are many kinds of preparations. When there are many kinds of preparations, when there's a festival, many kinds of arrangements, many kinds of preparation, arrangements, programs, many things. When you gather together, then it's a festival. Then it's a festival. Like for example, many people came. You called many people. There are many kinds of activities going on, like functions, different events going on. For example, dancing, singing, different presentations, these things. Playing of the instruments, like music. Kartal, mridanga. When there are many kinds of, this drama, like plays, many kinds of food. This is festival. Utsav, party or festival is this. When there are many kinds of things, different things together at the same time. This is Utsav, festival. Otherwise, you made yourself, you ate yourself, like you ate alone. This is not Utsav, not festival. Festival is when there are many people of many kinds of activities. Prasada. Prasada só de citar ainda ganda. The great festival of the rasa is going on. All the gopis were there in the ras, and their moods were different from each other. Like they had variety of moods. One is doing man, another is submissive mode, another in the left wing's mode. This is a half bhav, hela, killing, kichit, cope, vikop. These are these modes, for example. What is Utsav? Utsav is when there are many kinds of elements together and many activities going on. Waves of happiness going on. Wonderful happiness in the ocean, looking at the ocean. When there are many waves in the ocean. Strong wind. because of the strong wind, sometimes the waves, they grow very high. You know, in Jagannath Puri, high waves. If you come to the beach and you hear the sound of the waves breaking, even if you're afraid, but you feel happy also. It's big waves. And sometimes there's a whirlpool in the sea. And this sound is coming. Boom, boom. Especially at midnight. If there's some clouds. And then full moon night especially also. And if there's some clouds coming in this full moon night, midnight, try to imagine this scene. It's a full moon night. The glow of the moon is there. Everything is enlightened by the moon rays. Everything is very beautiful. These white rays of the moon are illuminating everywhere in a very nice way. And then suddenly some small clouds, like not big clouds, a little bit covering the moon. And sometimes they come out, sometimes they go in front of the moon. Or maybe a little bit some rain drizzling or something and coming back and going. The strong wind is there, and the more the wind is strong, the more the waves of the ocean become higher, and the ocean becomes very deep. 20 feet height of the waves. And when they touch the beach, like break in the beach, then this very loud sound is coming. Then sometimes there's like a whirlpool, and the sound starts to come. So when you see this, you'll feel in your heart fear. You'll be afraid. But at the same time, you'll feel some ananda, happiness. What I want to say, the example I gave, it's because in the festival of happiness, Ananda Utsav, there are many activities. Lord, the best Ananda Utsav, a festival of happiness for Lord, is the Rasa-lila. Uddhava says, Nayam Striyanga Unitanta Prate Prasada. Nayam Striyanga. What can I say about the beauty of the ladies in this world? Even the apsaras in Svarga Loka, even their beauty and qualities is useless. And upper even, like in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi and others, their beauty also is not enough. So all these queens in Dvaraka, they are not ordinary. Basically, it's like the gopis are incomparable. Not even the queens of Dvaraka can come closer. What to speak of the apsaras? What to speak of like Lakshmi apsaras? What to speak of the ladies of this world? They could never join the Rasa-lila, the shloka is saying. So the queens of Dvaraka, but they are also very high. Their moods, their qualities, because actually they are manifestations of the gopis. Their moods also, Hav, Bhav, Hela, are also unprecedented from the queens of Dvaraka. What can I say about the activities of these queens of Dvaraka? Kamdev also fainted in front of them. Seeing the moods of the queens of Dvaraka, Swayam Bhagavan, even though they have all these moods and beauty, Mohit nahi hai. Huh? Nahi hota. Bhagavan is not captivated by the beauty and qualities of the queens of Dvaraka. Actually, these queens of Dvaraka, they cannot completely, with their moods, they cannot control to Krishna. But the Braj Gopis, if a little bit, so they do some man, like they become sulky, then Krishna, what happens with him? Just like a lusty man, he falls at the feet of the gopis. Jat Kinkarish Bhavasha Kalpa. Krishna, who is Shikandamoli, means one who has the peacock feather in his head. He, this Krishna, who is Dir Lalita Nayak. When Radha and the gopis they do man, sulky mood, to break their man, to pacify them, he's doing all sorts of things. In a very humble way, Kakubani means very humbly. Krishna is considering himself an offender, and like an offender. Krishna is having the cloth in his neck and is begging for their love. Srimati Radhika Vrishabhanandini. If I become one broomstick, if Krishna is outside, coming outside the kunja of Srimati Radhika, and he's very humbly apologizing to be free from his offense. Prabhupada Saraswati Pada says, if I had become one broomstick from the kunja of this Srimati Radhika, if I would be born as like a broomstick in the broom of the kunja, my life will be successful. What is the meaning? The moods of Srimati Radhika is so high. Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna is performing these kinds of pastimes. Krishna is Bhagavan, unlimited protector of directions. Digpal, Indras, Shiva, Brahma, they are all coming and performing prayers at his lotus feet. But this same Parabrahma Bhagavan Shri Krishna is so humbly in front of the gopis, so humble in front of the gopis, bowing his head, praying, apologizing. No, yes, Vaikuntha. So beautiful, this bhav. So these are the utsav of Rasa-madurya, like this festival of moods. That's why only Rasika and Bhavuk people can relish this. Understand? I'm telling this because if you enter the tattva-siddhanta, then more you will be able to realize Rasa-madurya. then we become completely immersed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would spend day and night with Swarupa Damodara Rai Ramananda hearing and chanting, hearing and speaking about these rasa madhurya topics. Utsav means there are many kinds of bhav moods. Many kinds of moods together. Then it's an utsav, a party, a festival. Adi means Adirosh, Shringarosh, conjugal mood. Janma means origin, Utpatti. The origin of all the rasas is Shringarosh. Conjugal mood is the origin of all the rasas. Shringaras means Madhurya Ras. There are 5 kinds of Mukhya Ras and 7 kinds of Gauna Ras. Shantadasa, Sakavatsala and Madhurya. And 7 Gauna Rasas. Which ones? Hasya, Bir, Adbhut, Bibhatsa, Korona, Raudra. Koron, Raudra, Bhayanak. Raudra, Bhayanak. These are the 7 Gauna Rasas, secondary rasas. All these Gauna Rasas, they stimulate or increase the Mukhya Rasa. So there's one Sthai Ras, fixed mood. And these Gauna Rasas, they increase or stimulate more the Mukhya Rasa. Then you can relish the Rasa Madhurya. Janma Adi, yes. The origin of all the rasas is the conjugal mood. Which means to say that everything comes from Srimati Radhika. When you say that all the moods come from Shringaras, conjugal moods, also means to say that everything comes from Srimati Radhika. So Krishna relishes this rasa and makes other also relish. Krishna is Rasa Swarup. He relishes the rasa. He is Rasa Swarup, embodiment of rasa, and he himself relishes the rasa. That's why I told that day. In the eternal spiritual world, Nitya Goloka Vrindavana, Krishna is present in his form with 2 arms playing the flute. Shyamasundaa, behind the effulgence of Brahma, there is Krishna with 2 arms playing the flute, because he's so shiny, he glows so much. Brahmavadis think, Lord is only light, because they see only light, but behind the light it's Krishna. It's like the bulb. The bulb is the light bulb. You're not looking at the bulb exactly, you just see the light, Especially this halogen light. like some lights are very, very strong and halogen or something, then you cannot see inside, you cannot even see the shape of the bulb sometimes. Only the effulgence already, you cannot see more. So these people who think God is only light, they're only seeing this light of Lord. They don't see that behind the light is Krishna. The Gyanis go a little bit further. Sorry, the Yogis, they go a little bit further. They see the form, but they cannot see God completely. They just see Paramatma. But the bhaktas, the devotees, they come very close to Lord, like beyond the light, so they're able to see Lord. So the closer you come, you'll be able to see better. I'll give you an example. There was an old lady. What she was doing, what she used to do. So the street lights, under the street light of a street, she was searching for something under the street light, like the pole, in the pole, light pole. So a saint came and said, "Mother, what are you doing?" And then she said, "Oh, my needle. I lost my needle. I'm searching for my needle." "Oh, where did you lose your needle?" "In my house." "So why are you searching for the needle here under the light pole?" She said, "Because I don't have light in my house. That's why I'm searching for the needle here, because here there's a light pole." So she can, for a limited time, search for the needle under the light pole. Will she find a needle there? No. Wherever you lost the needle, that place you have to go and search for the needle. And you light the light in your house, like switch on the light in your house, then you can see. So she lost the needle inside her house. And she's searching for the needle on the road, like on the street. What is the meaning? The Gyanis, with the Gyan, they're thinking, we can attain Lord, but they can never attain. You should give up the endeavors for knowledge. You should be fixed in bhakti. And by chanting and hearing Harikatha, it will manifest. And you'll be able to conquer Lord, the unconquerable. You'll be able to conquer Lord who is unconquerable. But the Gyanis, they're only speaking the same. Aham Brahmasmi. Knowledge is Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Tattva-si, you are that Brahma. Sarvakalidam Brahma. Pragyanna Brahma. I am God. Aham Brahmasmi. Swayam Bhagavan, in the Lord Himself, is always present in the spiritual world. Goloka Vrindavana Dham. He has 3 forms, I told that day. Purna, Purnatara, and Purnatama. In Dvaraka he is Purna, complete. In Mathura, Purnatara, more complete. And in Goloka Vrindavana he is Purnatama. So Shri Krishna, he is most complete in his relish in rasa-madhurya, and making also his devotees relish this rasa-madhurya. Feed everyone and you also eat. Wow, so nice food. Those who only feed and also not eat, also don't eat. This is also not proper. You should feed Feed others, yes, feed everyone. And in the end, also, you should, eat also, to see how it was the food and everything. Some people, they feed but don't eat. And some people only eat and don't feed. Both are not proper. You should do what? Feed and then eat. Yes, very nice. Then you're like, oh yeah, nice food. And then you check, oh, very nice. So Lord, he relished Ananda Rosh, and also make the devotees relish Ananda Rosh as well. So in a more complete and most complete way, Bhagavan is present in the three dhammas. And in each dham he has a associate according to the dham. And they are relishing these moods according to the the mood of the devotee and the dham. They're relishing that mood. But the topmost place is Goloka Vrindavana. And the topmost associates Srimati Radhika and the gopis. And Srimati Radhika is the highest. Asya means Janmady, asya. Asya means how this prema madhurya, this sweetness, love is manifesting. This shows the glories of the Paramur mood, Shringaras, conjugal mood. You see one verse of the Bhagavatam, Janmady. Yes. So if you speak about tattva, it refers to the creation, maintenance and annihilation. But in rasa-vichar, it's explaining how Krishna is his embodiment of all the rasas and also his relishing the rasa. And all the rasas come from Paramur mood, from the Paramur mood. Krishna is very merciful. He's also making the devotees relish these rasas. So this sloka explains also that Krishna is Rasik Shekhar Bhagavan and he's topmost merciful, Paramakaru. He's expert in the rasas. The other day I spoke. Krishna also manifests a lot of rasa madhurya in Dvaraka, so much. Sometimes he's laughing, joking with Rukmini and Satyabhama. Performing pastimes like a human being. Just like a grihasta. He's performing his leelas. The beauty of your family life will depend on what? Stri. The wife. Depends on the wife. Her qualities. Understand? She'll increase the beauty of the house, the sweetness of the house. Do you understand? So the sweetness and madhurya, sweetness of the house and beauty depends on the wife, because the wife controls everything. The wife controls everything. Like Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika controls Krishna. How? With her beauty and qualities. Krishna is very beautiful, but Srimati Radhika is billion times manifesting more beauty and sweetness. Rupa Goswami describes this. The beauty and qualities of Srimati Radhika are so much, like so high. Moods, bhava, everything, that she controls Krishna. Lakshmi, she cannot control Krishna. That's why Bhagavan does not stay always with her. Even he says, I don't stay in Vaikuntha. I stay where my devotees glorifying me. Hey Narad. Bhagavan told, I don't live in Vaikuntha. I'm not staying there. Why? Lakshmi doesn't have the qualities to control me. Swayam Bhagavan, he is independent, Swatanta Sichamay Purush, and also he is Rasik Sekhar, relishing of the Ras. So to control Lord, you need to have some quality, and Lakshmi doesn't have that quality. Actually, who is Lakshmi? She is Srimati Radhika herself also, present in Vaikuntha. She's present in 3 ways. In the form of the gopis in Braj, Mahishi's form in Dvaraka, and as Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. It's the same on one tata, Srimati Radhika. Don't think apne upar. Don't apply this to yourself. Bhagavan is saying, I don't live in Vaikuntha. Lakshmi doesn't have these qualities. Quality means this quality is not manifesting there. Because, of course, the same Srimati Radhika manifests as Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. That's why Lakshmi cannot control Krishna. That's why Vishnu says, I don't stay in Vaikuntha, not also in the heart of the yogis. Why I'm not staying in the heart of the yogis? Huh? Because they don't serve. Only meditating this. He's Atmaram Aptakam. They're not serving Lord. They think God is Atmaram Aptakam. But when my devotee, whatever my devotee, is glorifying me, I manifest there. What is the glorification of the devotee towards Lord? The devotees, they feed Krishna. In Vraja they say, some people say Krishna doesn't come because you're not calling him like Draupadi. Some people say that Krishna doesn't eat because you're not feeding him as like mother Jashoda. Mother Jashoda caught the hand of Bal Gopal, and with the other hand she snatched the parrot, gave in the hand of Srimati Radhika, and said, son, let's go. Your father is waiting for you to eat. If you don't go, your father will not start eating. You see, Mother Jashoda with her Vatsalya Bhava. She controls. She took Balgopal and took him away. You see, he is Swayam Bhagavan. Brahma and great demigods cannot even attain him with meditation. But the same Krishna, Srimati Jashoda caught him with left hand. Let's go, son. Your father is waiting for you. If you don't go, your father will not start eating. Krishna left with her. Yesterday I told this. Beautiful pastimes. The Supreme Lord, Paratattva, Bhagavan, He's worshipable for Brahma and great demigods who are bowing down at his lotus feet and praising him, glorifying him. The Supreme Lord, when he heard the beautiful sweet words of Mother Jashoda, he is controlled by Vatsalya Bhava. Then she caught Balgopal and went away with him. It was true. Nanda Maharaj was waiting because Nanda Maharaj only would eat if Krishna was also eating next to him. So beautiful mood between father and son. And Gopal was eating the remnants of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj was eating a little bit and giving his own remnants to his own son. Just like in this material world. Parents, they do this. They're feeding their kids. Listen, don't look at her. Crazy. Like Madhu Mangal. Understand? So beautiful. Bhagavan is controlled by Vatsalya Rasa. He forgets his supremacy. He has the supremacy, of course. But with this kind of Vatsalya Rasa, this supremacy is like covered. So Bhagavan says, I don't stay in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is like such dry, not weather, but there's no one there, like there's no sons, no daughters, nobody is crying, chan. No, family life is happy. If you have chan, bang, bang, the noise of your babies. Externally you say, oh, useless. When you're feeling like a distress, you say, oh, it was useless. But the rest of the time, happy. Is it true or not? Listen about material life, family life first. Like some problems, some distress, you think it's, all this is useless, terrible family life. When husband and wife, they quarrel. Your fault. You think like it's useless, you don't like the family life. But in the rest of the time, you feel happiness. If one day your son doesn't come home, you feel so much, distress, sadness. Where is my son? Oh, why did you send your son? You ask husband, ask wife. Oh, to my parents' house. Then husband says, bring him back here. Then baby's coming in the lap of father. Oh, father, papa, and the father is so happy. But then some quarrel. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is also showing this lila. Dvaraka. Which place is higher than Vaikuntha? Dvaraka Puri. Because in Dvaraka, Krishna has sons and daughters, not one. How many? You can calculate, multiply. 16,108 queens times. Okay, each one had 10 sons and one daughter, each queen. So you can multiply, calculate 16,108 times 11. And how many granddaughters, grandsons? Also, Baladev was also there, his family also. So, like, gigantic family. So in Dvaraka, Krishna is performing pastimes like a grihastha. His brother Baladev Prabhu is there, his own sons and daughters. He's performing so many pastimes, Krishna in Dvaraka with his family members. Very beautiful. Sometimes one is sulky, man, and one becomes angry, something like that, and Krishna has to pacify us, break the man. Just like I told you the other day, Krishna pacified the man of Satyabhama. For one flower parijat, Satyabhama got a man angry, and Krishna went to Svarga to take the tree for her. Then Krishna took the complete uproot to the tree of Parijat tree and brought and planted on the palace, like on the garden of Satyabhama's palace. Satyabhama was very happy, and she made a beautiful festival and called everyone. So these leelas also are going on. Sometimes Bhagavan is also doing things like this with Rukmini. So beautiful. All this is being described. Swakya and Parakya ras. In Braj, is relishing Paramore mode, Parakya ras. And outside Vraj, like Mathura and Dvaraka, Lord is relishing Swakya ras. So the division, Sambandhatmika and Kamatmika. So those who serve depending on their relationship. Those who serve in dasya, sakya, vatsalya, it's because they have a relationship. They serve with relationship, sambandha. In Madhurya Rasa also, if it's Swakya, also you're serving because of relationship. He's my husband, my wife, like this. But in Kamatmika, two divisions are there. One is Sambhogichamai and another Tat-Tat-Bhavichamai. Larita and the 8 Sakis, they showed Sambhogichamai. One pointed servants of Srimati Radhika, the Manjaris, they have Tat-Tat-Bhavichamai. You know all this. So the sweetness of Shringaras is being shown here. Janmady yatah. So directly or indirectly it's being manifested. In sometimes meeting, sometimes separation. The Prema Madhurya manifests in the meeting and separation, separation and meeting. Mahaprabhu manifested. What did he manifest? Separation. Viraha. Mahaprabhu manifested Viraha. Mahaprabhu showed especially the speciality of separation more than the meeting. Because Mahaprabhu is giving teachings as like a Sadhaka. But when you analyze the tattva-siddhanta, you see the more the meeting someone has, the more he will relish also viraharas. The one person who you never met someone, you can never feel separation from someone you've never met. If something you've never gotten, like you never came in contact with something, you will not feel separation from that. For example, imagine one coin, golden coin, gold coin. So someone unknowingly, without you noticing it, put in your pocket a gold coin. But then you lost this gold coin. And I tell you, look, I had put a gold coin in your pocket, and it is lost. You will not feel anything, but if somebody shows you, look, a gold coin, giving you, then you put it in your pocket, and somehow it fell and it's lost. Then you'll be absorbed, like, what is it? Like, so in distress, searching for it. So this example is given. Meeting, Milan. Then from the meeting, then comes the separation. After attaining something, then if you lose that, miss that, then he'll be thinking more about that thing. But if something never even come in contact, you're not full separation from it. Do you understand? First you need to get the thing. Means if I have to make the meet, you have to meet Bhagavan. Then first you meet Bhagavan, then you're separated from him. Then you'll be eager, longing for him. Those who never had a meeting, Milan, somebody who's never gotten married, and the person will cry for the husband if the person never got married. You never got married, so one person was crying. Why are you crying? Have you gotten married? No. So if you didn't get married, why are you crying? Oh, I wanted to marry and I didn't marry. Look, a person was crying. They were not married, but he was crying for someone he thought it was his wife. Like he considered the lady as like his wife, but they never got married, like really married. So Gurudev, like he's saying, the person not even your real wife, so why are you crying for her? Because need the wedding, the wedding. So they were not properly married. But he said, no, I'm crying because I consider her as my wife. Gurudev saying, but actually there was not a relationship of being husband and wife. So first the meeting, then the separation. Mahaprabhu showed. What did he show? Separation mode, vipralamba bhav. The separation dances on the head of the meeting. The happiness of the separation. And if you compare with the happiness of the meeting, actually there's billions of times more happiness in the separation, viraharas, than compared to the meeting. But who will understand this? That's why Vishnu wrote. Viraha dances on the head of the meeting. Unprecedented happiness, ananda, comes in the Viraha. Krishna left Vrindavana. Radha and the gopis, they were suffering so much, longing for him. But in this Viraha, they were so absorbed in the Viraha, they were actually meeting Krishna in the separation. And also sometimes in the meeting there is Viraha. For example, when you go to Prem Sarovar, we hear and tell this story. Why did Krishna leave Vrindavana and why did he go to Mathura? What was the reason? One of these reasons, Vishwanath Chakravarti explains, this is one of the reasons. Krishna saw Srimati Radhika, she was sitting on my lap. And Madhumangala came and just said, Madhusudana left and will never come back again. Then Srimati Radhika thought, even though she was with Krishna meeting, she thought, oh, Krishna has left. So she called out, how Krishna, and she fainted. I was with her. How possible she was feeling the separation? And in the separation mood, feeling the separation so much, she starts thinking so much about Krishna, Srimati Radhika. Krishna came, he's with me, she thinks. In the John Nilamani, these things are explained. And in the books of our Goswamis also. Without separation, you cannot. The sweetness of the meeting will not manifest. The more you put a cloth in the dye, saffron dye, the more the color will be bright, delightful. The same way. Viraha, separation, mellows of separation, nourish Madhurya, the meeting, Milan Ras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So chanting holy names with the separation mood. Divine couple, the Mahamantra is full of the meeting and separation of the divine couple. This kind of relishing you can get when the devotees chant the holy names, this Mahamantra. When they chant the holy names, Nam, Rupa, Gun, Lila, pastimes, qualities, form of Lord is also coming. In the Bhajana Rahasya it explains the explanation of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 16 names, 32 syllables. In the Mahamantra is both Milan and Viraha. So the origin of all the rasas, adiras, is Shringaras, and Srimati Radhika is the embodiment of Shringaras, conjugal mellows. Of all the forms of Krishna, the topmost is his form as a cowherd boy playing the flute, dressed as a ever-fresh, youthful dancer. Gopavesh is three-manifold. Venu means the flute. Kar means his hand. Venu Kar means he has the flute in his hand. His form as a cowherd is in Hindi, how do you say? I forgot the word. Matlab English? Hare Krishna. Meaning? What is this? He's just like as it is. Like in which side the garland is there, he doesn't even know. Like I think maybe in which side the cloth is pulled, like he also doesn't know. Like relaxed, like the cloth is maybe here and there. So then the beauty of Krishna is so much. His form very like his face is even full of dust. It's so beautiful. It looks. When Krishna comes back from cow grazing in the sunset during dusk, Krishna comes in such a beautiful form. What is his form like? Full of dust on his face. Krishna is running behind the cows. So his curly hair, so beautiful curling hair, are covering the face of Krishna. And the gopis are looking from far and they're saying, the gopis, they curse the creator blood Brahma. Brahma, you should die. You don't know how to create. Why? Because you've created this beautiful form of our Govinda, and for us, you gave us only 2 eyes to see the beautiful form of Krishna. Because when Krishna is coming back, so that dust coming up from the hooves of the cows covered the face of Krishna. The gopis compare. The face of Krishna is like a lotus, and this dust is like that pollen, like the pollen of the lotus flower. And his curly hair covering the face of Krishna are like bumblebees that want to relish the nectar, like the nectar of the lotus flower. So we cannot see him, but anyway, whatever we see, it's amazing. But with 2 eyes, you cannot even see this properly. We're not able to see him. And also our eyelids, they're blinking, and also this is stopping us to see him continuously. That's why the gopis say, Brahma, you should die. If another person becomes Brahma, then he'll give us billions of eyes, and we'll be able to see the beautiful form of Govinda. So beautiful. The gopis, they feel so happy when they see Krishna, so much bliss they feel. It's the Nayana Utsav, festival for the eyes of the gopis, is to see Krishna. Gurudeva used to tell this sloka a lot. You should remember this verse.
Ele não lembrou o verso?
No. So meeting and separation with the gopis, anay, directly and indirectly. Directly means relishing milan ras. Srimati Radhika goes to meet with Krishna. So directly means samjog, means meeting with the gopis. Then after that, when Srimati Radhika goes towards Javard, Srimati Radhika becomes so absorbed in bhava. She thinks Krishna is coming right after her. Srimati Radhika is walking after she comes out of the kunja. So she's holding her hand on the shoulder of some Sakhi or Duti, messenger. And Srimati Radhika is walking. And then she's thinking about the pastimes of Krishna. And then the chundari, the upper cloth of Srimati Radhika, her veil, it's stuck in some thorn or some bush or something. Then Srimati Radhika is thinking Krishna, you are Gopal, you are grazing the cows. You don't have even a common sense, basic knowledge. Now it's early in the morning. Sun is about to rise. The Vrindavas will come out of the house and they will see you pulling my veil. You are a cowherd boy. You don't have any knowledge. Huh? People will see this. What will they say? What will they speak about us? Come on. Let me go. Let go of my veil. Then some Saki says, some Anjali says, Radha, Krishna is not even here. She looks behind, Srimati Radhika. She sees, actually her veil was just caught in some thorny bush. And then she was thinking Krishna was pulling her. All these littles are happening. So you see, in separation, she's having the meeting. This kind of Madhurya Bhav. You were a cowherd boy. You don't know Rasa Madhurya. I am married to someone else. What people will say? The society will not accept this. They will criticize, will be like, actually I'm already disgraced in the society. Kalankini Rai. Many stories are there. Como fala difamado em inglês? Como fala em inglês? Blasphemed in the society. Krishna was not even there. But because she was thinking about Krishna, she was thinking, oh, Krishna is coming right after me. So she's actually feeling so much happiness, even in the separation, because the meeting is there also. There are so many slokas from Asian poets about this.